Guys, Mike, if you could throw this tweet up, and if we could take a look at this, maybe a little bit of clarity on JOK's future. Doesn't he just look like he's getting ready to become a Rhodes Scholar? Like he's such a, he just looks like he's a very smart individual, which we know he is. Now he's going to Harvard to continue his journey through his recovery. He is, I guess, do his master's degree. Is that what he's going for?
It'd be a master's program,
because
correct.
he graduated with his undergraduate from Notre Dame. To me, when you first glance at that, you're like, oh, this is the period on the sentence that his career is over. Yeah. That's what it felt like to me. Am I reading into this wrong?
No. I have an intimate knowledge of neck surgeries and things like this, and you know, my doctor said, hey, man, you probably shouldn't be doing a lot of things like looking at a computer for more than an hour. You probably shouldn't, and they told me never, I like roller coasters. You're never allowed to be on a roller coaster. Wow. You're never allowed to, there's a list of things that I'm never allowed to do.
Football's probably at the top of that list.
And football is definitely at the top of all those lists. And when you have it where he's a linebacker and he's putting his upper body, his head, his neck into tackles.
High contact position.
High impact contact, car collision type speeds. It's, I knew, we talked about this 2-3 years ago when it happened. It's one of those things where he's going to be very difficult to get a doctor, and as rightfully so. I mean, I will commend the Cleveland Browns for one thing. They stood by him. I don't know what the monetary thing is. He had just signed a contract. And I think that they're doing the right thing by him, making sure that he not only gets that, he's making sure that he's set up financially where he has enough money to understand that this, pretty much is it. And I like the fact that you are going back to school, but I think they're setting him up for maybe a position somewhere in the organization doing other things, which is a great look. But to me, no, Jason, I think this was always where we were headed with.
It was a scary, scary injury. Take the win. You're still upright. You're still functioning. You're still mobile. Mm-hmm. Go live your life and live a wonderful life. And
do you know what his aspirations outside of football were?
No, I never had a chance to get to know him well. But I mean, 10 seconds with him, you could tell how intelligent this dude is.
Absolutely. I mean, Notre Dame grad. Now he's going to Harvard to get his master's degree.
Yeah.
I say this as a complete. This is an uneducated comment, but I'm going to say it. I don't know that there's a limit on what he can do. No. If he decides he wants to one day be the commissioner of the NFL, I'm not going to say no.
He's getting his master's in public policy, so.
Okay. So, I mean, maybe politics are in his future, maybe upper management. Could he be the general manager of a football team one day?
I think his, and now I'm speaking out of turn. I think his aspirations extend well beyond football.
I hope so.
He doesn't need to go to Harvard grad program to be a GM.
Right. Yeah.
So I think he's putting football in his rear view and he's moving on.
What I love about an education resume like that, my daughter went to Columbia and she studied English literature. And I remember inside thinking, man, I don't really, what are you going to do
with that? What are you going to do with that?
And so I talked to her high school guidance counselor. I talked to some other educational professionals. And I said, I'm really concerned. I mean, she's a smart girl.
Yeah.
And they said, stand down. Here's the way it works with the Ivies. It is a rubber stamp to do really whatever
you want to do. Yep.
And she said, you'll find that when she graduates and there will be job fairs, she will attend said job fairs and they will be recruiting her.
Yeah.
Even if she was an English literature, they don't care about that.
It doesn't matter what
they know they have is a driven uber achiever academically who's going to do whatever the hell it is she wants to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
And less than 3 years later, she's sitting in the control room of ABC's Good Morning America as the producer.
There you go.
So what they do is they look for the smart people. And I don't know what his aspirations are, but this is just another rubber stamp to success. Whatever avenue it is that he wants to go to, when you say master's from Harvard, then you become sir, and then the dialogue is, what would you like in an employer?
Yeah.
And that's the perfect situation.